सत्सङ्कल्पा
Now we will come to the very particular information and knowledge about the Tamil Siddha tradition. So the Tamil Siddha tradition, we have called it as a 18th tradition. Okay, so 18th Siddha tradition, 18 is not the number of Siddhas. Actually, it is a 18 knowledge. Okay, 18 knowledge. So the 18 knowledge siddhas who siddha mean masters who have mastery over that vidyas. Okay, vidyas. So we have a tradition of 18 siddhas. That 18 siddhas, the Agastya is a core and a key person. But Agastya nowadays very famous in the mainstream media, Siddha medicine, okay, invented or given by the Agastya Maharshi. So that is true, but it is a partial truth, right? The partial truth. So when Siddhas developed the system, they didn't develop only the medicine, okay, only the medicine. So they have the four aspects, right? The first is the medicine. Okay, the first is the medicine. The second is the water. Okay, so you can say it's a water. Water mean it is water mean it's a transformation process. Okay, so mainly we call it as a rasavata mean the alchemy. Okay, alchemy mean the changing the lower metal into the higher metal. These are explained, but that is not that. So change of consciousness, change of anything, it can be taken as a vata, right? So vata. So even in the metabolic activities in the body, right? When you eat a food, so that is broken and taken as another new form into the human body. That is vata, right? It's a transformation process. So when you take the Agastya's works in Tamil Siddha tradition, so how we can understand, he classify into kind of a four aspects. One is the Vaidya, right? Vaidya, because your physical body, physical and the mind, right? Mind need to be firm and the clean to travel into the higher level of journey. Okay, so it is mandatory you to have the medical knowledge, at least to take care of your body. Okay, take care of your health and health for the higher purpose, your higher purpose. So higher purpose in the sense, so we have to master in yoga and experience the higher consciousness and achieve the moksha and all. These are the higher purposes in our tradition. Okay, so why we want to become human to achieve the divinity, right? Divinity. So the Siddha tradition, first thing is you must have a clear knowledge about your body and how to keep your body clean and the firm, right? To do the sadhana. So that is first is the Vaidya. So Vaidya mean it's actually is related to the Vata, that means the transformation. Okay. You must be able to transform the poisonous herb into the medicine. You must be able to transform the food into your body, right? You must be able to transform your lower emotions into the higher emotions. So that's all level of transformation is called vata. It's not only the rasavata, transforming the siddhis. Okay, so Siddha Purushas are changing the metal, lower metal into the higher mean. Already they have transformed their consciousness. So that's why they may be able to transform these lower things also. So second is the vata. The third part, so how you will apply into this knowledge into the practice is the yoga. Okay, so yoga means merging or connecting all your disconnected tattvas. So naturally, you are disconnected within the body even, and you are not connected with your mind and your tattvas and all. So after understanding your body and you're keeping your body soft and clean. Now you know how to transform also the water. And now you are entering into the real action process that is called yoga sadhana. Okay, yoga sadhana. So when you do the sadhana, what is the gain is you will get the jnana, okay, the wisdom, okay, the clarity about all these tattvas, all these knowledge and the jnana. Okay, jnana. So these are the four primary ideas. Like your Vaidya, Vada, Yoga, Jnana. Okay, Jnana. So Agastya have written in Agastya's Tamil Siddha tradition Gurukula, he have a major system of the work called Panchakavya. Okay, Panchakavya means the five major works. Right? The first is the Vaidya Kavya and the Vada Kavya and the Jnana Kavya and the Yoga, Lakshana Kavya and the Mantra Kavya. Okay, so mantra is a tool for the elevating the consciousness. Okay, so these are the primary works, five, it's altogether 5,000 songs in Tamil. Okay, 5,000 songs. So there are two key books for that. To open up this, to understand this Panchakavya, you have to learn two more books. That is Saurya Sagra and the Nigandu. Okay, Nigandu. This is a one system of available knowledge in the Tamil Siddha tradition. So there are minor books also who can't learn all these big 1,000 songs. There are small books also. So that is available for as a 100, 200 songs. So it's a third size version. Okay. So this is in this plan, as you know, if you are familiar with traditional knowledge system, any sadhaka need to learn or do sadhana, or he have to practice 12 years. Okay, so that is in the tradition. So if you want to get a mastery, you have to complete 12 years. Okay, 12 years. So these 12 years have the significance of the cycle of the Jupiter. Okay, Jupiter. So when you start, when you get the initiation, you are getting a particular position of the Jupiter in the zodiac. So when Jupiter completes one cycle, only you are getting one evolutionary uplift. So generally in the Tamil Siddha tradition, how you will calculate the age of the Siddha or the Sadhaka. So you're getting the initiation that completing 12 years mean you are 1 year child in the tradition. So when you complete 24 years, you are a 2 year child. Right? So to get a mastery, you must practice 12 years. That is no escape. Okay, no escape. So that is universally. That is if you are in the earth, so you are bounded to that. So there is no quick progress. But maybe if you have the Purva Samskara progress, you have progress in your past life, you may be getting a quicker results in your sadhana. But definitely 12 years is a one cycle. So what Agastya says, divide this knowledge system into the 12 Panirikandam. Panirikandam means the 12 sections. 12 sections. And learn it as each year. Right, each in a year. So he give a scheme of Panirayiram, right? 12,000 songs. So that 12,000 songs in mean it is one aspect. So the first 6 years you learn the medicinal aspect of the Agastya, right? Agastya. So you can see in this Panira Kandam, like 12 sections of the Agastya's work, the first year you will learn about the herbs and the basic principles of the body and all the Vaidya aspect. The second year you will move into the Vada Kandam. Vada Kandam means how you will transform your to prepare the medicine and metals and transform your body, okay, to make it as a firm. So the third year, you will move into the higher medicines, right? There are 4 aspects of higher medicine. One is the Chunna Vaidyam, okay? Chunna means it is sort of a preparation, right? Higher medicine in the Siddha, the Chunna medicine. Then the Chendura Vaidyam, right? It is about the red oxide medicine. Okay, Shenduram. So Shenduram is a higher medicine, Siddha medicine. And the Patpa Vaidyam, right? The Pasma, right? Pasma Vaidya and the Taila Vaidya. So these are the plan for the first 6 years. Okay, first you will learn the herbs and the food and your about your body, right? This is in your first year. Then the Vada Vaidya, Vata, Rasavada, so you will learn how to transform the things, right? Things and all. So then the Chunna, Sendura, and Patpa and the Tailya Vaidya. So the 6 years you complete your medicinal learning, right? To become a Siddha. Okay, Siddha. So seventh year, based on your learning, you will start your Kalpasagicha. That means Kalpasagicha means keep your body firm, not to affect by the three forces, Adhyatmika, Adhibhaudika, Adi Devika forces. That means your body should not be get impacted by your sadhana and not by the other outsides or other subtle forces. So you go through the kalpam, right? There's a famous now, there's a kaya kalpam, right? Kaya kalpa sigicha in your seventh year. But very interesting, the Agastya say the kaya kalpa sigicha, you have to prepare yourself 6 years with all the knowledge, okay, by yourself, and not going and taking this treatment from the other person. Okay, if you want to master, you have to first master the knowledge, like the medicine and the Rasava, the Vata, Chunna, Chendura, Paspa, and Thaila. Now you know all the knowledge. Now you are entering into the Kalpasikicha, right? Kalpasikicha. So that is the first. The eighth year, you will start the yogic wisdom and the higher knowledge about your mind and the subtle systems. Okay, so yoga vidya mainly you understand, you try to understand your nature of your mind, how it is fluctuating, how the mind and the emotions and the subtle things are working and all. Right, that is 8 years. After this, he prescribed for the initiation diksha. Okay, so diksha. So you will get into the proper diksha, into the lineage diksha. So then ninth year, you will go through the Sava and Pava Vimochana sadhana. Okay, you remove all your bad karmas through the sadhana. In the 11th year, he's talking about the Jala Vidya. The Jala Vidya means to how to attract the people, right? Doing some magics and all, right? So because when you attract the people only, you can transfer the knowledge and you can help. So the Akashana and Vasigara need to be there to attract the people. Right? So the 11th years is the Jala Vidya, and the finally 12th years is the only the mantra sadhana. Right? The mantra sadhana. He gave the scheme from Guru Mantra to the all the army of the Shiva mantras and the Devi mantras and all. So it is the 12th year scheme. Right? That is the we call in Tamil Siddha tradition. This is the 12 steps of progressing you toward the spiritual upliftment. Right. So for that, so that's very interesting. Let's talk about the Vaidya as a half. Okay. So what is the importance? That's why we talk about Siddha Vaidya very importantly. The Tamil Siddhas gave a very prominent, and you have to work 6 years to build up your strong body to go for the Kaya procedure. You understand what is the weightage we are giving? Because without the human physical body, you cannot travel for a sadhana for a long time. So when you do tapas, so it will create that need, it will create the problem in your body. And so when you do mantra sadhana, intense mantra sadhana, so your body will get the heat and all. So therefore, the Tamil Siddha is very clearly developing. So why it is called as a Siddha medicine, right? That also very important. Right? Siddhas mean they are to the mastery, right? The mastery. So when you are mastering yourself, right? When you are training yourself for the higher consciousness, your body and mind will get impact, right? So how you will overcome this impact through the knowledge of the medicine. Okay, so the medicine. So this medicine, it is into the medicine can be classified into the six. Right, one is the food and the herbal. There is a basic and the principles. The second is you must know how to transform the things. You may take the poisonous herb, but you can turn or transform it into the medicinal, like this amrita, visha into the amrita. Right? Then the higher medicine, Chunna, Chendura, Patpathaila medicines, right? So you must have all these things with you to make your body into the Kalpa. So that is this thing. So the truth is little different than the greedy human who are propagating knowledge. These are very easy things and all, right? So it's a very minute knowledge from the Tamil Siddha tradition. Uh, we must learn it properly. Okay? So it's not as just taking the herb. Okay, the herb won't cure or give the benefit. So it is a process. It's a lifestyle and it's a process related to your consciousness and the mind and all. So this is medicinal aspect of the Agastya, right? Medicinal and the yoga jnana. Like I told, right? The medicine, Vaidya, Vada, and the yoga jnana. Right? Yoga jnana. Then this need to be practiced in the 12 steps. The medicinal 6 years, and the Kaya Kalpa, and the Yoga Sadhana, Yoga Sikha, and the initiation, and the Sava Mochana, and the Jala Vidya, and the Mantra Sadhana. So, Agastya put the Mantra Sadhana after preparing your body and what do you call you're gaining all the knowledge about the mind and the yogic wisdom. Then Diksha, and first you go through the Sava and Pava Mochana process. And you get the Jala Vidya lesson to attract the people and to have a to attract the people, and finally, which is the mantra sadhana. So mantra krama, it is starting from the Guru, right, the Subramanya and the Shiva mantras. Okay. Shiva have the five faces. So the five Agnyas, they have the mantras. So for the five, and also the Devi Sadhana also is talking that. So if you have any questions, we will discuss that. I don't want to go deep into that in the talk series. If you have any questions, we can discuss that. So this is aspect of this thing. Another very important part is about the mind. Okay, in the Tamil tradition, who talk about the elevation of the mind is Agastya. Okay, Agam mean in the Tamil, Agam mean the mind. Okay, Agam. So Agam T means the fire. Okay, fire. So who transform the mind? Also Agati Saya. Right? In other words, who bring the Isa, the Shiva into the mind. Okay, so he also Agastya. So Agastya very clearly saying the Manamadi Sarmayanal Mantiram Jabika Venda. Right? Manamadi Sarmayanal Vasiye Verta Venda. Manamadi Sarmayanal Vayuve Verta Venda. Manamadi Sarmayanal Mantiram Sarmayame. So this is the famous word, poem, famous song about the Agastya's knowledge on the mind. So he talked about if the mind is elevated, you don't need to recite the mantra. If mind is elevated, you don't want to do the pranayama. You don't want to need to control the prana. So then everything will be fine. So he talked about the mind. So the elevating mind is very important. So that also Agastya talk a lot, about the mind and how to elevate the mind. Okay, so these can be found in the process of yoga, Agastya. So that I explain the commentary of the book called The Wisdom of Agastya Maharshi. These are 30 songs book. It's a very concise and the complete comprehensive version of the yoga sadhana of Agastya. Okay? So if you want to understand, there is a 4-way process, right? The very simple way. So there are 30 steps we discussed. I think most of the people in this talk will learn it properly and all. So just to introduce what is the yogic process of Agastya, that is first process that is called in Agastya came from the north to south. Okay, north to south to elevate the consciousness. So it means in the yoga, when we eat the food, okay, eat the food, we have 3 sources of prana. Okay, prana. One is the food. as a solid prana. The next one is the water as a liquid prana. The third one is the cosmic prana we are receiving through the breath. Okay, so these three we are taking in. Okay, in. So when we go inside the body, this will go under the transformation process, develop the sabdata. Okay, so I think the people are familiar with the word sabdata. It means our body tissues, according to Siddha Ayurveda, the body will transform our annarasa, when the food will transform into the rasa, in the blood, and then the muscle and the bone and the marrow, and finally it becomes as a chukla. Chukla means the sperm um, um, cell in the human body, which is to reproduce the next human. Okay, so that is the very essence of thing. So it becomes the chukla, that is a downward process. You can understand, right? The prana is coming through the sahasrara and the breath is coming through the nostril and the food from the top to down. The chukla is in the human body is coming to the down. That is the downward process, number one. So when this chukla comes, the human will can waste or utilize in three ways. Okay, one is purely for the pleasure, kama, right? The kama. So that is waste and the lower aspect. So you are just wasting. The other two are the meaningful. Another one is the second one. You create your child. That means the next generation, right? So then you are using, but it is not always, right? So only you will have a 2 or 3 for child. So only that is also few little significance for you. So third one, you can transform this into the higher level of intelligence. Okay. In Ayurveda, it says when you have the brahmacharya, this chukla will go to the heart, and it becomes the ojas, right? The ojas. So when first level of transformation is ojas from the Mooladhara, from chukla to the ojas, that is in the heart. When you have the ojas, you have a very healthy body and healthy mind and everything. Okay, that is, it will, if you have a just focus and you have a disciplined life, this will happen automatically. Okay, from the ojas, if you want to transform that into the higher, up to the sahasrara, right? Then you need the sadhana, yoga sadhana. So that process in Siddha, they say it as a vasi. Okay, you are channeling your vata or the prana, vayu, into the Shiva. That is called vasi. That's a vasi. When this transformation happen, vasi go up to the sahasrara, it will hit the amrita in the sahasrara, the nectar. Okay, so therefore now you are entering into the urdhva, first level of urdhva process from chukla to the vasi and touching the amrita, right? Amrita. So when you touch the amrita, it will come down, right, with the help of the deity. So we call with the help of the Shakti. Right? So that's why we need the Bala and all the Shakti Upasana in the Siddha tradition. So we will bring the Amrita to down again, right, up to the Mooladhara. Right? When this Amrita touch the Kundalini in the Mooladhara, right, Mooladhara, so the Kundalini will rise and it will go again up to the Sahasrara and merge with the Shiva. Then the Siddha becomes the Shiva. Okay, Shiva. So this is the process Agastya explaining in the his yogic verses. So level 1 from the top to down, then down to up the Urdhva, Adhomuha process 1 and the Urdhva process 1. Then Adhomuha process coming down, the nectar is coming down and the Kundalini. So these 4 have a very unique name in the Siddha. First is generally your Sabda formation. Yes, Sabda formation. The second part is the Vasi Yoga. Right? You are creating the Vata or Prana toward the Shiva, the Vasi Yoga. Right? The third is the Amritikarana. Right? You are bringing the Amrita to down, and that is we can call as a Amritikarana. The fourth is the real Kundalini Yoga. When Kundalini is awakened because of the Amrita and going up and merging with the Shiva. So when you can finish all these, so you become the fully mastered Siddha or Shiva, right? So that's why Agastya completed. That's why we call him, Devi called as Agastya, right? Because with the grace of the Devi, he have completed this process. Okay. So he shared this knowledge in the scriptures also. In the Tamil Siddha, there are a lot of reference on this yogic process and the yoga sadhana. Okay. So what I want to present here or understand, not the information, actually to understand the framework, what the rishis are doing, right? Why they need, and how we can connect with them and uplift our consciousness. So these are the very important rather than finding the stories and the information about the person. Okay, so it is the information can be inspire us, but the real knowledge about the rishis are very important to uplift our consciousness. When human uplift the consciousness only, the human race can move toward the divinity, divinity. So that's the idea. The rishis are helping us into these sadhanas and all. Okay. So I think I gave a good introduction, right? And about all about the Agastya and the Tamil Siddha tradition and what are the knowledges available and all, right? So from the Veda to the Tamil Siddha tradition. Um, so I hope that this information is enough to initiate the conversations.
Thank you, Aya, for the enlightening session today. It was really inspirational to hear about the Siddha tradition, Agastya Maharshi's contribution to the Vedas, and insights on the linguistics. And we also appreciate how you connected Agastya Maharshi's wisdom to many different concepts that benefit humanity. And one more thing is the depth in the presentation itself was really appreciated. And then for the audience, we encourage you to explore Dr. Sumanan's book, Sri Agastya Maharshi's Yogic Wisdom from Tamil Siddha lineage. The link will be sent in the Zoom chat. And for those interested in learning more about Satsankalpa and staying connected with the work, please visit our website, satsankalpa.org, and feel free to reach out at engage@satsankalpa.org. That will also be sent in the chat. Okay, we can proceed.
Okay. Okay, so thank you very much. So yeah, there's a PDF version I shared with Chitrama. So anybody interested to learn this yogic wisdom of Agastya, so you can get that PDF or you can text me. Okay, so yeah, that's so let's close. அருளோடு செல்வம் ஞானம் ஆற்றலும் அன்பும் பண்பும் பொருள் நலம் பொறுமை ஈகும் பொருந்திடச் செய்வாயம்மா ஆயுளாரோக்கியம் வீரம் அசைந்திடா பக்தி என்பும் தேயுரா செல்வம் கீர்த்தி தேவியே அருள்வாயம்மா ஓம் சாந்தி 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 தென்னாடு சிவனே போற்றி எந்நாட்டவர்க்கும் நிறைவா போற்றி இன்பமே சூழ்க எல்லோரும் வாழ்க